Good evening, sports fans. It's Smash and Grab TV back again for another match. Today we've got a match at the Family Jewels, the home of the Khorne Bulls, the Chaos Dwarf team led by Dion WP.
And the away team for this game is... Oh, sorry.
No, carry on, Joe.
Okay. So, and the away team for this game is the Tiny Rocks, a Khemri team coached by JP.
Indeed. This is that Blue Dwarf again. I remember Double D was really excited to see him during one of the matches. So we've got
I guess
good
he's...
crowd.
Yeah, it looks like a very boisterous crowd, and now showing off the Tiny Rocks team, pulling off some Egyptian-style moves.
Well, it looks like that Tomb Guardian really needed his bandages washing before this match. They were a state. I think I can smell them from here in the commentary box.
Ooh, yep, definitely.
Oh,
looks like someone forgot to... Oh.
It looks as though the Khorne Bulls have won the toss and have elected to receive the ball. Right, so let's see. What do you reckon JP will do with his defensive positioning? Oh, that was very quick.
Quick. I mean, I guess he wants to keep the opposing coach on his feet.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or hooves in this case for some of the Khorne Bulls.
Oh, those bull centaurs are fantastic, aren't they?
Yeah, high movement, high strength. Definitely a force to be reckoned with on the field.
Yep, sure feet, don't like falling over. Well, it's an interesting match. We've got some decent weather for a change. We've had quite a few matches inundated with either rain or sun, but today it's just nice and easy. And the Tiny Rocks get themselves an extra reroll for this half.
Oh, that's very nice. Looks like a blessing from their own homeland has definitely graced the weather as well as their luck in this game.
Oh, the Hobgoblin has already picked up the ball and is bringing it forward. Good start for the Chaos Dwarves.
Yeah, I guess they're trying to put him into a kind of safe cage position. Hopefully, we'll see in the following, the proceedings of the match. He'll be able to burst out and make a break for it at some point.
I mean, what I'm actually hoping for is that we're going to see some deaths. I'm desperately in need of some new players. Do you know this season we haven't had a single death and barely any injuries today? It's very disappointing when you're running one of 3 undead teams in the league.
Well, it's definitely against the spirit of the game if there's no blood in Bloodbowl.
What happened there? Was that a very quick turnover?
Yeah, I think it was.
The Chaos Dwarves not moving forward? What's going on?
Oh, we've got a blitz coming in from the Tiny Rocks and the Skeletons.
Yeah, Kuat. I can't even pronounce the names of these Khemri. It's much easier when you just run a necro team like me. You just call them whatever you fancy. I mean, these lot were all slaves or kings in their day. Although the old Tomb Kings as they are now are a little bit juddery. This is a very cagey game from these two pair. Nobody had even passed over the midpoint until just now.
Well, I mean, you got to hand it to the Chaos Dwarfs. They are a lot slower, just as slow as their main king.
They are. I mean, you've got slow, and then you've got Tomb King slow as well. Although those Tomb Kings are quite nice, big guys. There's no negatives other than, oh wait, no, they can die easily. That decay is always a bit of a downer.
I mean, they're already dead, so I guess it's not so much a big deal. I don't know where I was going with that.
There we go. We've got one of the bull centaurs moving down to join. I'm assuming they're going to move the ball up and actually... Yep, here we go. Straight into the group. That looks a bit risky to me. They're getting quite a big group, very close to the edge. I mean, there's such a thing as dominoes with the players.
Oh yeah, definitely a cascade effect could have happened if with the right block. And it looks like it might actually be coming up soon from one of the Tomb Guardians.
Oh yes, here we go. Yep, straight against the ball carrier. The ball carrier is now against the edge of the pitch.
Well, he's still got a buffer of fellow players to stop him from being attacked from the Tiny Rocks, at least. But that tunnel that the Tiny Rocks are making is going to make it treacherous for him to make a breakout for it.
Absolutely, there's no way he's going to dodge through it. It's not like he's a Skaven or an elf.
Oh no.
Although I am led to believe Dion WP, with his human team last year, was known as Dodgy Dion. He was able to make dodges that nobody else thought were possible. So perhaps we'll see the same again with his Chaos Dwarf team that he's now coaching.
Dwarf's dodging? who would think of that? Who would think of such madness?
Absolutely, but I bet you it happens. Or he'll probably try, forgetting they're no longer humans and they're even worse. Oh, big old whack there from the Tomb Guardian. That dwarf's going down.
I mean, I don't mean to jinx it, but, so far we haven't seen anything too serious in terms of injuries.
Oh, it's disappointing, isn't it? Do you know, I played goblins in my last match. I couldn't even get one of their armours to break. I just don't know what was going on. It was like my undead were playing with them rather than having a proper match. I mean, come on, lads, get them down. Oh, there we go. I mean, that's more like it.
Guess I spoke too soon. Looks like things are starting to heat up with this game with some actual like bodies hitting the floor.
Yeah. I mean, that ball carrier is still in a very precarious position there. I suppose the Dwarves are trying to make a bit of a gap for him to push through, but I'm just not convinced at this stage.
Oh, he's still teetering at the side of the edge of the pitch there. Did you see one lucky block and you could see him off to the side?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can position yourselves to get that ball carrier. Oh dear, there we go. Don't try it. One dice blocks are always risky.
Especially when you're going up against the Tomb Guard.
Yep. There we go, we've got a complete line of skeletons now blocking the Dwarf's advance. This is going to get tough for them to get through and score.
Nope, especially when the other Tomb Guardian comes in to lend a hand. And yeah, he's going for the knockdown on the other Bull Centaur.
There you go, and we have a player off into the crowd. Of course, that was one of your specialities for your previous team, the Chaos. Your Minosaur, I believe he loved shoving people into the crowd.
Oh yeah, Big Shug was definitely a fan of that.
Big Shug, that's an awesome name. That's it, with the frenzy skill, they could just push and straight in they go.
It does have its drawbacks, but when you've got a massive muscle, a bovine muscle cut with horns coming right at you,
you get out of the way
hard
fast.
to complain with that. Yeah, definitely. So it looks like the Cornball's other hobgoblin is making his way to the middle of the pitch.
They're making a break for it, that's for sure.
Looks like they're trying to spread the ball out at least. I mean, with the tiny rocks all concentrated on the one side, it's now a lot easier for the Cornballs to basically flip the play to the other side.
Now, if he leaves that hobgoblin there, you could see the two. No, there he goes. He's moving away before I spoke.
Yep.
I don't know. What do you think? Are we going to be able to see either team scoring? They're not fast, are they?
No, that's before the Chaos Dwarfs themselves are not known for their speed. But I mean, when they're building a cage around the ball carrier, I mean, is speed really going to be that big of an issue?
Absolutely. I mean, I coached. Oh, we've got an injury. Gebbs is down and out for the count. This is actually turning into a more interesting match. If only they could have killed him, I could have potentially got a new player there. The problem
the Magic Sponge can do wonders for some.
It can, unfortunately. I mean, the problem we have in our league, we have 3 different undead teams. We've got the Khemri, we've got an undead, and we've got my Necros. It's, we're fighting over players at the best of times. I mean, all these living teams, they don't understand how easy they get it.
I mean, as they say, dying is easy, living is harder.
Although we could do with some more dying to fill our ranks. Oh, there we go. We've got the ball carriers now marked by 2 of the skeletons.
Oh, he's in. Yeah, it looks like he's definitely in a precarious position, and that Bull Centaur is also looking to be Oh no, it's actually him.
He didn't follow up. He's left himself on the side. Ooh, saved by the dwarf.
I guess he's.
I would imagine he's probably going to try and dodge out now, isn't he, and hand off to the other. Oh no, we've got a trip.
Yep.
He's down.
The ball pops out. Looks like the Tiny Rocks could take advantage of this.
They could potentially snatch the first touchdown down this half. They've certainly got a lot more players near that ball than the Chaos Dwarves. I think the Khorne Bulls could be in trouble. You gotta love Dion's team choice name. The names of his teams. He's always good at picking one, isn't he? And I noticed the stadium for the Khorne Bulls is the Family Jewels. That's not even subtle. Oh, we've got the Bull Centaurs into the crowd.
Oh.
Do you know, I think somebody's taking a piece of horn home with them. Hey, there we go.
That'd be one souvenir.
Throw-Ra has now picked up the ball. This is looking more promising for the Tiny Rocks. They're starting to their prep. Oh, yep, there we go. Nice bit of marking on the Dwarves.
Tomb Guardian moving in to prevent the Bull Centaur from posing any kind of threat to the Tiny Rocks ball carrier at this point.
I can't see how they're going to stop him.
If they can bring enough players round to kind of, I guess, to mark the ball carrier, make it harder for him to dodge out and move away. I think at this point, unless the Khorne Bulls can pop the ball out this turn and potentially pass it up fields in some shape or form, but that'll depend on who picks it up.
I think the only one that can reach him is that Hobgoblin. He's not going to attempt a risky dodge to actually get into. He might.
Oh, he might.
He might. I think that's. Yes, he. Oh, what?
Oh,
a dwarf?
No, one of the.
I said I thought we might see dwarves trying to dodge. You see the team orders there from the coach. Forgets which team he's coaching. And now all the Tiny Rocks need tiny balls. I don't know. You see what Dion's gone and done to my mind? Now all he has to do is try and break free, and he's one turn away from his first touchdown.
I guess the stunty nature of the Chaos Dwarfs is going to be playing against them at this point.
Well, that's not the block result that the Tiny Rocks would have hoped for. I'm sure they would have wished that Bull Centaur was taken down.
I mean, I guess as long as they can kind of cordon them off away from the ball carrier, it should be smooth sailing for the Tiny Rocks.
It's certainly going to make it very hard for them to get around there and stop him.
Yeah, there it goes.
Some clever play.
Coming in, next hit coming in, that Hobgoblin was definitely in the next protocol.
And he is stunned. So he can mark further. Yep, good use of the blitz skill there to get further down the pitch after knocking the Hobgoblin out.
And now the rest of the team is kind of just, I guess, trying to cordon off or knock down as many players as they can, make it impossible now for the Khorne Bulls to really bring enough players to bear.
Now you see, whenever I've actually gone against Khemri, I've always thought the most important thing to do is to take out those Tomb Guardians first. You break their armor even once, they're gone.
I guess the downside for that is the fact that they've got stand firm. So even if you do make successful blocks on them, sometimes you won't be going very far.
No. But at least their decay does mean that double rolls on the injury, they're out of there. Unless they regenerate, of course.
I guess Dion's brought his Hobgoblin in to assist with this block against the single Tomb Guardian that in the Tiny Rocks field.
Okay, I think we're about to see our first touchdown of the match. Turn 7 for the Tiny Rocks, and he's down. It's a touchdown. Well played.
Player looks confused, like he wasn't expecting it. So
you've got to give them credit though for their dancing skills. They don't move fast down the pitch, but boy, when they start to dance, do they have the moves? Well, what do you think the answer will be from the Khorne Bulls now? We've only got one turn each left for this half. I think they've got to try and get rid of some of the players from the Tiny Rocks.
As you say, if they can focus on the Tomb Guardians, that might make it a lot easier for them for their next, it'll make it difficult for the Tiny Rocks to maybe push the ball up the field in the next half. I guess taking them out would definitely help Dion's team with the if they can retrieve the ball.
I think if I was him at this stage, I would just go for that crafty little one-star player point with a quick throw. Oh, and the weather's changed.
Or rain.
Every match we've had some peculiar weather this season. That's going to make it interesting. I mean, the Tiny Rocks, I doubt will score again because they're not the best at picking up the ball, even when in the dry. Agility 2 doesn't help them much.
Yep. The wet weather doesn't help.
No. Oh dear, that ball is turning into a slippery little greased pig. Actually, why have they never tried using pigs as a ball? You could have them running down the pitch. It'd make it, the pig itself, would it score if it ran into one of the end zones?
I mean, maybe either it's the smell, or it's the noise, or it's a combination of all of it.
Maybe the trolls would just eat it.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, ogres aren't too fussy either.
No, this is true. I mean, trolls, they've been known to eat their own players. You tell a troll to throw a goblin down the pitch, you don't know if he's going to land with his head intact.
Unless someone's there to tell them.
Exactly.
So both teams have come back on the field for the second half.
Well, we can only hope that the weather changes, because that's not going to help things. And of course the cornballs now have to kick the ball to the Tiny Rocks. That's going to hurt when you're already 1-0 down.
I guess using your bull centaurs, if you probably use your bull centaurs to try and push as far as you can into the other team's field, and then try and retrieve the ball as fast as possible.
I think that's the only way you can do it. And you've got to hope if the rain persists, and maybe the Tiny Rocks will struggle to pick this ball up. Their throw rolls, of course, do have the skill that allows them to make a second roll at picking up. Sure hands.
Sure hands.
Yeah, so maybe they'll be okay. Oh,
there goes the kick, and that might actually, that'll definitely come in handy. Especially trying to pick the ball up in the
that's a good kick as well. Look how deep that is into the field.
That's a very good kick.
I think one of their throw rounds is just in range to pick it up.
And he's definitely getting.
He can do it.
He's definitely getting enough players to kind of bring in support. He might not pick it up this turn.
No,
but he's definitely got enough players.
To smash a few of the orcs. The orcs? I was playing orcs in my first match, and you can see what it's like. When you're already dead, I'm afraid your brain takes a while to catch up with the current affairs. So yeah, I'm not playing orcs, I'm now commentating a match, I must remember.
I mean, everyone's the same in the sweet embrace of death.
Absolutely. Here we go. So yeah, he's starting to shift some of his players over to the side of the pitch, ready to move the ball up. That's some nice positioning. He's closed any lanes off there. That's going to make it very hard for the dwarves to actually respond.
Any lanes that are open will obviously kind of make it more of an annoyance for the bull centaurs. They'll have to move a lot farther out just to get into
Here
position.
He goes for the ball. Oh, he's dropped it. He's dropped it. Ooh, you can see it's pick up 5+ with the rain. That's hard, even with sure hands.
Yeah, it's definitely and where it is right now is definitely not the best position. No, obviously, because there's a risk of it going out in the crowd.
Or if he can get one of these hobgoblins down, they might just pick it up. I can see there are already hobgoblins running around the side of the pitch to try and get closer. I would imagine Dion will bring some of the bull centaurs close as well, because they're strong, they're fast, they can get in there. Oh, that block skill is amazing for dwarves, isn't it? The number of times we've already seen him actually winning a block just because he has it.
So I guess that
he's fouling. He's fouling the Tomb Guardian.
I mean, I guess he is one of the bigger threats, quite literally.
I think
that's definitely knocked him out.
That's taking him out. Yep. That's exactly what the Cornballs needed at this time in the game.
It'll definitely help with the strength game, I guess. Because they're tit for tat for having, I guess, potential big guys on the field.
Oh, he's bringing. Look, Tiny Rocks are bringing their Tomb Guardians back to mark the Bull Centaur.
Here comes the blitz from the other thrower.
Oh no, it's Blitz.
That's a blitzer.
Of course, they have block skill as well, don't they? Right from the off. Here we go. He's picking up the ball. No, he's dropped it again.
And it's dropped out.
Oh, a 1 and a 4 again. That's not an easy thing to pick up.
Yeah, as you said, this might be the thing that will give the Cornballs the opportunity to get a quick equalizer.
They're certainly moving in closer. I mean, you can see those hobgoblins. They've got a reasonable turn of speed compared to the dwarves, and they're getting round the back as fast as they can.
Using the bull centaur as a kind of a cover and screen for them is definitely paying off.
It is. I mean, that Tomb Guardian can't go anywhere while he's got a bull centaur next to him, because there's no way he's going to dodge out. Unless he was actually being coached by Dion, then I'm sure he'd try.
That reroll definitely paid off. Otherwise the story would have been reversed for that hobgoblin.
Oh, we've got the bull centaur running in as well. It's getting interesting. I mean, we've got more and more of the dwarf team are getting closer to that ball carrier, or not carrier, that ball on the ground. There we go. They're taking the bull centaur out again. That's a good move, bringing another player back to help block some of the balls so that they can't get close, and hopefully keep the Chaos Dwarves from drawing the score level.
So this is interesting. We're probably seeing smaller skirmishes breaking out between the players, from the between the Cornballs half and the Tiny Rocks.
I think something the Cornballs are going to have to be aware of. There is now a very clear line that lane that's opened up. So if they can actually get hold of the ball, oh, he's dropped it again. 3 turns in a row, he cannot pick up that ball. I was about to say, if he picks up the ball, he can make a clear run for the end zone, but I don't think he's going to be picking up that ball.
Nope. No.
Oh, and here comes
we go, another blitz.
Oh, that's one line of defence is down. I think we're going to see players getting very close to the ball. This is putting some real pressure on the Tiny Rocks.
I guess that hobgoblin's moving over to kind of block off that lane of escape, or
I think
at least to make it harder.
Sprinting. If he was one step closer to the edge, it would have ensured that if he does pick it up now, he couldn't get past. But that lane is still open. That's a risky move by the Cornballs, I think.
Oh, we might actually see it getting closed off. Oh, I was going to say see it get closed off by the dwarfs further up the field, but
yeah, those three are going to be tough.
They've already
to
made
get
their moves.
past. Right, let's see. What do you reckon? Is he going to finally pick up the ball? Oh, some good moves here by the Tiny Rocks. They're marking off all the players before they even risk attempting to pick up again. Yep. Oh. Take out the hobgoblin, who's
the
biggest
blitz.
risk of scoring. Oh, that's a useful stun at a time like this.
Oh, there we go. There's a.
As you say,
one of the Tomb Guardians stumbling.
Skirmishes all over the pitch, building up. It's like a lot of them have forgotten what they're doing. Oh, he's got the ball. He's finally picked up the ball.
He's finally picked it up.
And he's trundling
the ball
down
can
the
actually
pitch.
travel.
Yeah, they're pretty fast, aren't they? Movement 6 for skeletons. I could do with some of these on my team. I prefer zombies myself. They've got a little bit more meat on them.
I mean, each to their own, I guess.
Right, here goes. So, the dwarves have now got to find a way of actually stopping that throw-bar from breaking through. I mean, they're moving into mark and block, so this is looking like a strong manoeuvre here by the dwarves.
Oh, here comes the blitz from one of the dwarfs.
Oh! Failed the going for it.
He's flubbed that.
No, he's back up, but they could have done with that re-roll there for that block. I think if they'd have pushed that.
Reroll. Yeah, he's gone for the push, but it means he's now kind of marking the ball carrier. So either the Tiny Rocks need to deal with those dwarves in front of them, or seek an alternate route.
Yeah. It's looking tricky, to be fair.
Especially when you've got a bull centaur coming up behind you.
Exactly. The dwarves are pushing in from every direction. That's a clever move there, putting that dwarf there to stop the Tomb Guardian coming in to help in the centre of the melee. I don't know how the Tiny Rocks are going to answer this. It's definitely not an easy position to try and get out of.
Well, I mean, if that Tomb Guardian moves in behind one of the Chaos Dwarfs, he can probably. Yep.
Ah, here we go.
Oh.
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 Useful re-roll at a time like this.
That's definitely paid off. Well, I don't know if it's enough to kind of I don't know if it's enough to give them the breakthrough they need to.
I think the only option he's now got is to try a 1 dice block on that dwarf to open up the side lane. Oh, he was lucky.
Oh, and he makes it.
That was 50-50.
It's those kind of plays. I was going to say it's those kind of plays that make Blood Bowl as great a sport as it is.
Mind you, there is still a dwarf at the back. So we thought that throw roll was through, but I don't know. He's still got to get past that one. It's not going to be easy.
And with very little support as well from the rest of his team, we're all kind of bogged down with their own fights in their own side of the field.
Yep.
Yeah, it's looking a bit precarious.
It's just a free for all back there. It doesn't matter what the ball's doing; they're just going to hit each other. Ah, you see that lovely block again. That's the 3rd time this match it saved the dwarves from their block. So yeah, such a valuable skill for most players to have.
It definitely makes things interesting when it comes to the block game.
He dodged. The dwarf just dodged.
I wouldn't have believed it if you hadn't pointed it out.
Dodgy Dion. He's living up to his namesake as ever.
Oh, here we go.
There we go. The Tomb Guardian's keeping the dwarf out of the way, keeping them honest. But I'm not sure what the thrower is going to do. He's got the speed advantage over that dwarf. He's still going to get past him somehow.
Oh, wow. That's another injury. Oh, no, not an injury. He's knocked him out.
Knocked out, yep. Getting rid of the hobgobs at this point is good because it will stop them being able to tie the score. Although we've only got 3 turns left. I hadn't realised how far we'd gone through this half already. That slippery ball has really cost them a lot of time. He's going the wrong way.
I guess he's trying to draw out the distance between that and also bring in the Tomb Guardian support.
Yeah, it means if the dwarf commits, then he'll be able to run around the side of him. If he doesn't commit, then he's still got the option to try and outdistance him. Ooh,
as you say, the skeletons are movement 6, so it's there's every possibility that he could still make it within the other 2 turns, I guess.
Yeah. Oh,
if he does a couple of goal fronts.
Oh, that was a useful reroll. Okay. Oh, he's blitzed as well.
Oh, they're blitzed.
Oh no.
Both down.
I mean, we've seen how long it's taken the Tiny Rocks to pick up the ball before. Are we going to be able to see them even manage it before the end of the game?
I mean, we could always see the Cornballs manage to kind of pick it up, if they can get to it.
Mind you, we're down to just 2 turns left. Do any of the Tiny Rocks have the speed to get to the end zone at this point?
I guess one of the hobgoblins is down. If the other one can get in a position to pick it up, maybe pass it, I guess.
Yeah, we're either going to see a 1-0 win or a 1-1 draw, depending if the hobgobs manage to get that ball and take it away from them.
Oh, that's horrible.
Right, penultimate turn now for the Chaos Dwarves. They've really got to get that ball. It's currently being marked though by a Tomb Guardian and a Throw Ra. This is going to be hard for them to do.
Well, there goes the reroll.
It has freed up a hobgoblin though.
But it's definitely going to make the if there's a pass coming, it's definitely going to make it a lot more, well, a lot more precarious.
Oh, here goes. He's going after the throw raw. He's taken him down. He's freed up that ball. Is he going to push him onto the wall? He is, and it scatters.
Yes. Depends which way it goes. Oh.
Oh, I bet they were hoping it was going into the clear there. That's not ideal.
It could have been. I was going to say it would have been less than ideal if the Tomb Guardian had caught it, but yeah.
I would have eaten my own hat if the Tomb Guardian had caught it, I think. You're more likely for a Beast of Nurgle to catch it, and they don't even have hands.
Plenty of tentacles.
That was a lucky dwarf. 2 dice block with the Tomb Guardian choosing. Right, here we go. One more turn. The Chaos Dwarves still have players in a position where they could, in theory, score. It's whether they can get that ball and actually get it to the end zone. Oh, we're being marked by 2 Tomb Guardians now on the ball. This is going to be tough. Mind you, this is one of the sort of instances where you can imagine Nuffle will step in and, for a laugh, allow that Bull Centaur there to dodge in, pick up the ball with a 6, dodge out, and make it all the way to the end to hand off. But I just don't think even Nuffle could actually pull off a dice roll string like that.
I mean, don't discount
that
Nuffle.
Doesn't help. That's it. End of game.
That's it. Damn.
Gosh. Well, one of the Bull Centaurs picked up an MVP, and the Throw-Ra, yes, the Throw-Ra who scored is getting himself a new skill. Look at the armor breaks. Only 8 Khorne balls, but tiny rocks with their lower armor. They had 10 armor breaks. That's all.
I mean, sometimes higher armor isn't all it's cracked up to be. I mean, armor 7 on Pro Elf sometimes can definitely take a beating.
It can. I mean, that was quite a lot of blocks for the game. 77 blocks completed, successfully completed. That was quite a violent game, considering how few injuries there were.
I mean, we
have done well for star player points there.
Yeah, I guess the Tiny Rocks have done really well to come out with this, to come out with the win that they did.
They did, absolutely. I mean, you can see though the armor roll failures there for the Cornballs were exceptionally high given their armor. I mean, I know they've got the Hobgobs, but it wasn't the Hobgobs who were often being turned over. It was the Bull Centaurs. That pickup score, that's just abysmal for the poor old Tiny Rock. 25% success rate.
Well, I think because they spent 3 turns trying to pick the ball up in the pouring rain.
They did.
Doesn't help.
No, not a lot they could do about that, was there? Well, that was an interesting game. That was the final game of the second round of the Crash Bang Wallop Cup. I mean, what do you think of these two teams? Are they going? Which one would you put your money on for progressing up the table as the season goes on?
I mean, as much as I would be tempted to say the Tiny Rocks, given they've came out with a 1-0 draw. Oh, sorry, the 1-0 win. Sorry, I'm starting to lose my mind here. I can definitely see the Cornballs if they can sort out the blocking issues with the Bull Centaurs, then I can definitely see them kind of going far.
Absolutely. I mean, as soon as Chaos Dwarfs start getting those skills and mutations, they can become a team to be reckoned with. You know, a few guards amongst the dwarves and the hobgoblins, maybe some extra tackle. I don't know. Yeah, they certainly have the potential there to really excel. But yeah, it was a good game. Thank you ever so much for commentating with us tonight, Joe. And
no, thank you for having me.
Oh no, you're more than welcome. Hopefully we'll see you back to commentate with the likes of Double D or Gruff, but don't get him started on his wives. There's far too many of them.
Oh, definitely. Sorry.
Although I did actually forget, one of his wives is actually within the Tiny Rocks, is one of their players, but he didn't want to talk about her. So we're not quite sure how she got there.
I mean, no one wants to make any kind of suggestions.
Oh no, I was quite happy to last time. I was commentating alongside Gruff, and it made for some awkward silences from him. And then I got a letter from his lawyers after the match. Huh. But no, thanks again. I think that was a good
No.
match, and hopefully we'll get more people joining in to watch the next round as it progresses. I understand we've got the first matches taking place this weekend, so
Oh wow.
watch closely. Let's see how people go. So yep, thanks again, and
Cool.
good night, everyone.
Good night, sports fans.
Good night.